Hello and welcome back to Talking Reds, and in this episode it is going to be a special episode by myself and Basil. The huge debate currently right now is sparked off because of Mohamed Salah's greatness and what he is doing currently in the Premier League. And the debate is up there with Henry. That's the debate. For some reason the Hazard Salah debate is still going about. I don't know who's keeping them alive, or a bit like your fire's sort of burning out a little bit, and someone's Chelsea fans fucking coming over and blowing on it a little bit to keep it burning. That debate's done. This debate is the only debate left now in terms of Premier League greatness and who the best is. Thierry Henry or Mohamed Salah. I'll get my opinion a little bit further on in terms of who I still think the greatest is, or maybe a new greatest. Who knows? Basil, being an Arsenal fan, I wanted to be a bit more back and forth between the Arsenal and Liverpool fan, a proper debate about it, not just brush it off. And I could easily come and say that Henry's the greatest. No debate about it. But we're going to break it down for you guys at home as well. We're going to break it down in certain sections. Our boy Cam gave me this idea the other day. Cam, who's part of Talking Reds as well, tweeted out a thread the other day breaking it all down, a comparison between them both. So me and Basil are going to do the same. I'm going to come to a conclusion, probably the same answer we're going to say in the end anyway. But who knows? Who knows? Basil might say Mohamed Salah's the greatest. We don't know yet. We'll see at the end. We'll see at the end. So the first section that is going to be broken down into is goal scoring ability. So you say your bit on me. I feel you want to say a little bit on Salah as well, Basil. You can absolutely fine by me.
Goal scoring is a tough, tricky one because obviously Henry scored a lot of goals, and Henry predominantly played as a striker for Arsenal. So obviously he was in better positions to score goals, and we played with an array of talented individuals who create a lot of goals for him. Salah, same is he's not directly playing as a striker. He's still operating very much as a wide man. Usually you do have these wide men who kind of just float around in position, can pick up whatever position they want. Sort of like Messi at times starts on the right and then just goes anywhere. Neymar's another one that kind of starts on the right and floats anywhere. And Mbappe at times starts on the left and floats anywhere. Whereas Salah predominantly still does the job of a winger, which is what makes his goal scoring prowess that much more impressive, because he isn't a player that kind of roams around and finds himself in the middle, in the left. He still predominantly operates on the right, still does the job of a right winger in terms of sometimes tracking back and even sometimes gathering the ball out wide and taking on these men to create goals or even to score goals, as we saw is his goal a couple of days ago, where he gets out wide, brings it in, and then slots it wonderfully into the far corner. So it's hard because I would say they're neck and neck goal scoring. Salah scored a lot of goals. Henry has, but Henry predominantly as a striker. Obviously, Salah over the last few years has shown that he has an array of finishing and different types of finishing about him. So it isn't as clear cut as what people think it is. Yes, over the years, we've known Henry for a lot of his finesse finishing, a lot of his open up his body and slot it far corner. But what we've seen from Salah is an array of goals from him where he can bend it in. He can do that, as we saw a couple of days ago, where he can just finesse it right into the corner. He has a good strike from outside the box. So it's hard. I think they're neck and neck goal scoring wise. I think Henry probably has more goals. I think I need to verify.
Well, totally right. Well, the other day when Cam put it on, it's 172 goals for Salah, but it will be 173 now because it's gone against Leicester. So 173 goals in 280 appearances. Only 175 goals in 258.
Yeah, there you go.
You broke it down absolutely perfectly there. You also mentioned about Salah. Yeah. People say, he's an inside forward. It's not the same as a right winger. He's not.
Yeah.
it basically is in between like a right mid and an inside forward.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he's that middle ground between both.
He's not Beckham. He's not Beckham, but he's not someone like you said, like a Neymar who cuts in inside, or Mbappe that cuts inside all the time. He does actually predominantly play on the right hand side. He gets a lot of crosses in. He plays around that area where Trent likes to be and cross outside the boot and things like that. So I'm glad you said that, because a lot of people won't say that. And he also made the point about an array of goals. Goal scoring ability is not just about the amount of goals you score. It's the kind of goals you score as well. And Henry scored some absolutely wonderful goals. I mean, the goal against Man United, where he flicked it and turned and followed it, that was probably the Henry goal that everyone probably remembers.
Yeah.
There's a few ways to view both past players. I think in terms of I want to say solo goals, or sort of dribbling past players and then slotting it home. Henry's probably better at that.
Yeah.
Salah is probably better in terms of the curling, the goals.
Yeah.
One-on-ones, Henry.
Yeah, one-on-ones, I'll still go Henry one-on-ones because I think
Henry,
in the past we've seen a few Salah misses. I mean, he's funny enough, as the years have gone by, his finishing has improved. Because I still remember when he first came to Liverpool in the Premier League, me and my mate who supports Liverpool, we were lamenting at how woeful his finishing was when he first joined Liverpool.
And he broke the record that season as well.
Exactly. He missed a lot of chances, I think, in that first season he was at Liverpool. But as the years have gone by, his finishing has improved. And that for me, and credit to Salah. And like I said, and I don't want to shift the conversation, but what Salah is he's a prime example of players who look to improve himself. He reminds me of Ronaldo in terms of every season you can see he wants to get better, and you can see his overall game, whether that's improving his dribbling, whether that's improving his final ball, whether that's improving his finishing. You see that year in, year out of himself improving himself. And for me, it reflects badly on certain players where they don't perform year in, year out, and they're on a slump. And
drop off.
You have these people defending.
Any particular players in mind?
Yeah, I had Marcus Rashford is one that comes to mind. There you go.
Yeah.
He's been bad for a number of years, hasn't been consistent, but people defend him, say he can do this, has quality. But no, for me, I say as a player, it should be up to you to have that zeal to go back into the training ground.
He'd want to do that as well,
improve yourself. And he's one of a few players or a number of players who doesn't seem to want to put in the hard yards in the training ground, because we don't see it on the pitch in the front when he's playing in teams. But you see with Salah, sometimes you look and you think, oh, he surely can't get any better. And this season he's proving, oh, you thought I couldn't get better?
You thought I was done. So a lot of people were saying he's done last season. Actually, a lot of Liverpool fans that was happy to cash in on him last season.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, when that bid about, was it Saudi came at over 100 million, they're like, cash it in. And didn't cash it in, and look what happens now this season. He's gone to another level. So goal scoring ability, I think you spot on. I think it's probably head to head, but I'd sort of inch with Henry because of the amount of goals he's scored.
Yeah, we can do that.
And I think he's better finisher in terms of one-on-one, as a striker. But Salah's not a striker, so to be up there in the conversation with goal scoring ability with Henry is pretty decent for not a striker. So going into creativity and playmaking, the assists again, Henry got the most assists in one season. Salah's going to break that this season. It seems to be 80 Premier League assists, Salah, but Henry 74. I think how many seasons were Henry in the league for?
It's strange. How many seasons we was in the league for? Did you say?
It's about similar now, isn't it? You say about similar to Salah's.
Yeah, Henry joined in 2000.
He came back though, didn't he?
And would have left. So I think Henry was in the league for about 7 years before he left.
It's about similar time then, happening really.
7 years, yeah.
So creativity and playmaking.
It's weird because before this season, I would have given it. I still.
You know what? I was thinking the same.
Yeah, I still pick Henry because Salah's taken it up a level this season, where sometimes maybe the execution in past season, the idea's been there, the execution hasn't always been there. Whereas this season, you can see the execution has really gone up a lot in terms of some of the balls he's able to play, the quality of some of the balls he's able to play and create for others has gone up. I'll probably pick Henry, just taking the basis of the overall period of time they've both been in the league. But Salah, once again, he's upped it this season. I wouldn't have picked him for playmaking and creativity. It's a weird one because I personally hate the stat of assists.
I do. Because that depends on who we got front.
Yeah, and no. I'm one year. Well, it depends on who you got from. But the reason why I hate the start of assists is because I've always compared, and obviously I use Messi as the barometer. When people use assists, I say, hold on. I prefer to say what type of assist and the quality of assist. Because this counts as the last person who had the last touch before the guy puts in the net. And so there's a lot of people who rack up those stats. But then when you look at it, it's like, well, it's not really an assist because you didn't really put the guy through or really create the chance for the guy. There's
then we've got to come some sort of agreement on that.
I always go Henry, just over longevity.
So I'd go Salah. You see, we'll call it a tie on that one specifically. I think so. Henry's still winning anyway.
Yeah.
In terms of goal scoring. So the next one is physicality and athleticism. I don't know why I said it like that, but there we go. Physicality.
It's a tough one because Henry's taller.
It is. and when you think physicality and being an athlete, like Henry's got just natural raw pace. He's raw.
There you go. Yeah, it's
Salah's is strong. I mean,
yeah.
look at him. The guy keeps himself fit.
Yeah, it's a weird one because I guess Henry's position has allowed us to see and use his physicality and athleticism a bit more, especially when he transitioned into playing one up front, and you kind of see in key games like against Real Madrid in that Champions League semi-final where you kind of see it all come to fruition and you see it come together and you realize they can use this physicality in that season. Whereas Salah, he's a very strong lad. We've seen it, but I think the way he kind of positions and makes the runs, we don't get to see too much of it. So it's a difficult one to. I would only just go Henry, but I feel it's unfair just because I feel with the way Henry has had to play when Arsenal have gone one up front, he's been allowed to show a bit more. Whereas Salah can kind of drift in when defenders aren't really paying much attention. So we've seen Salah as a very strong lad, and as you said, keeps himself in shape, very quick, very fit. But in terms of if we're going physicality, hasn't had to really utilize it too much, personally. So it's a weird one because I don't know who to give it to.
Would you say Henry's is more natural? Is that fair to say? Well, Salah's worked hard to be that physical and that athletic.
It's a tough one.
See, I would say it's like I think Salah he bodies people off. He's good at holding the ball up.
Yeah.
He's got very good pace off the ball, against the ball. But I think on the ball, I think Henry is a bit more. He's like Yaya Toure, but up front.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That gliding.
I agree with you on that one. Yeah.
That gliding on the ball.
Yeah.
And his ability to knock people off whilst gliding on the ball.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you made a good point there because I'm actually just thinking about clips of Henry. Yeah, you're right. I think with the ball, Henry does now to use his athleticism and physicality better than Salah on the ball.
But yeah, even then, one's better off the ball physicality, and one's is it even? I would just be on the fence here.
I'm on the fence. I'm happy to go even. To be honest, it's a difficult one to kind of. Yeah, I'm happy to go even.
Yeah, I think that's probably the fairest thing. Henry's got size on him.
Yeah.
In terms of thing, but we can't ever put down like his explosive pace, off the ball, Salah's his agility, and this sheer stamina to get around the pitch as well. But letting us work all the time over the pitch.
Exactly.
Comes back a lot to help in defence, gets back. So I think as a whole, I think Henry's more of a natural athlete. I think Mohamed Salah's made himself into an athlete. It's a bit like Ronaldo Messi debate, isn't it? Well, Messi just natural talent. Ronaldo's just worked hard to be where he is. But I think, evens. I think I'm happy with evens. Right, dribbling and skill.
There's only one win in this.
Dribbling, I think, Henry takes it.
I'll say
we'll just be speaking about that.
Yeah, Henry dribbling skill. I think one of the bit, and it's a bit, because I'll say, especially when Salah for large parts of his career, he sometimes looks very, very messy on the ball, and I think that's what's been used against him. Because obviously, when people then use the debates of maybe Hazard is about aesthetics. Salah's an effective player, but maybe aesthetically isn't very pleasing to a lot of people. Whereas sometimes when people bring in the likes of Hazards, the likes of Neymars, even when people try to bring in the whole debate with Cole Palmer, it's all about aesthetics. Sometimes Salah hasn't looked the most aesthetically pleasing on the ball. And so that's sometimes used against him. I think he's got better and improved as time has gone on. I personally will pick Thierry Henry over him when it comes to dribbling and skill over Salah. But yeah.
I don't think it's as smooth with Salah. He can do the dribbling, and there's been times where I tell you what is better at Henry is in terms of skill and dribbling is close spaces. The way he gets out of close spaces quite easily. I'm going back to like the Watford goal. I'm going back to the City goal. The way he turned the Tottenham goal, where he come on the bar line. I'm not saying Henry isn't good at that, but I think that's probably the only thing he got on him.
I still think it's still messy with Salah. There's a lot of sometimes what Salah reminds me of, and Suarez was a king of it, where those ricochets.
Yeah, and I think Suarez meant them though. I think Suarez.
Yeah. So Suarez was like the king of the ricochets, where he's dribbling and the ricochets just seem to just fall in his favor. And sometimes just selling those close when he's those close ball controls. Sometimes you see those ricochets and you're like, how? And sometimes you think it's lucky, but then when it's continuous, you think, oh, okay, you kind of
doing it on purpose. Yeah. Suarez going through my head as well in terms of the close control thing and the ricochets. The amount of megs Suarez went for.
Yeah,
he went for those megs all the time, though.
exactly.
But yeah, I think I would give it Henry on that. I think he's much more just graceful.
Yeah, I agree.
That's probably the best word, graceful.
Yeah.
I'm not saying Salah isn't graceful on the ball. He can be graceful. I just think Henry. It's a hard thing to say where Salah's more graceful than Henry. Nowhere near really. But that's the only thing Hazard probably has over Salah in terms of gracefulness. Yeah, he probably did carry Chelsea, but Salah hadn't had the chance to carry Liverpool. He hadn't needed to.
Yeah. I think if we go quickly on Hazard and Salah, I think it's a mentality thing. Tight moments you can question when Henry wasn't at it. Sometimes you question, oh, can we get a goal from him, or is he going to turn up? Whereas with Salah, I always feel, no matter what,
inevitable. Yeah,
it's inevitable. So for clutch moments, I personally would go with Salah more. I feel he's more of the player that, oh, if Liverpool are losing, if Liverpool are drawing, and you know, like someone can get a goal, it's going to be Salah. Most times out of none, it's Salah. Or even if he's not going to get the goal, you know he's going to have some kind of influence for a goal. So I'll go clutch moments. I'll definitely probably go Salah. Me personally.
Yeah, I think I agree with that. I do agree on that. Like I said, I think Henry has had many clutch moments in the Premier League. I think, but overall in terms of Champions League as well, I think Salah comes up trumps. I mean, the goal against Roma, incredible. It's always when, especially this season. I think is this just recency bias? Is this because I'm in the moment right now? This season we've needed a goal, and it's always been Salah. But even if it's like a penalty or something like that, it's always Salah that just wins us the game. Even the night against Leicester, it was poor all game. 2-1 up. We don't need another goal really. He just scores anyway.
There you go.
It's like the word inevitable comes up because he pretty much right now is inevitable. So with clutch performances, Salah takes that one for both us. Longevity and impact on the game or on the teams as well. I think impact's a big word.
Yeah. I'll go. I'll go both of them. I can't split it between impact and longevity because, like I said, Henry was a consistent goal scorer year in, year out. Salah, equal. Salah, I mean, one thing people don't give Salah credit for is his goal score, how consistent he is in his goal score, which is why I hate when people try to debate or try and compare him with players of the moment. Because I'm like, when you look at how long he's been doing it for, how many seasons, it's incredible.
Even in a bad season, got like over 20 goals and stuff.
Exactly. There you go. Yeah. Bad season, he's still getting 20 goals. So it's incredible. It's just a shame. Like I said, he hasn't won more league titles. But I'm guessing if people are going to, in fairness, Henry only won 2 league titles with Arsenal anyway. When I think about it. So because I think people talk about maybe the league titles and the FA Cup titles that maybe Thierry Henry won against Salah's, but really and truly, Thierry Henry even in that period only won one more league title than Salah has so far.
And Salah won the Champions League, so that's like
Salah won the Champions League and was very influential for them. It's a difficult one. I can't split it. I'll go even because I think they've been just as impactful in the league and just as impactful for their respective clubs. And they've both done it for a long period of time. It's a hard debate. I can't split it personally. I'm an Arsenal. Even though I'm an Arsenal fan, even with bias, I can't split it because Salah for me has just been so immense for Liverpool over the last.
See, Salah's impact as well was straight away. Like he came in and broke the goal scoring record in the first season. Henry, I'm looking at it more of an Arsenal point of view, where Arsenal sort of impacted the whole league. That was Wenger. Yeah. Wenger impacted the whole league, the way we play football, and Henry was probably the main part of that.
Yeah.
Alongside Vieira and Bergkamp. in terms of the way football is being played now in the league. Henry probably had a huge impact in terms of globally.
Yeah.
I think there weren't many, apart from I'd say in terms of Premier League around that era, the 90s to early 2000s, I'd say only Beckham had a bigger impact globally than Henry. I think Henry's impact is a bit more of a wider impact than what Salah's were, if that makes sense. So I would tip that Henry just so trophies and honours. So Cam's put trophies and honours, then he's also got position and role, but we've already spoken about position and role. I think that impacts on where we go with this. Trophies and honours. So Salah's Premier League, Champions League, FA Cup, a couple of League Cups, 3 Golden Boots. Looks like Golden Boot this season. But I think what needs to be talked about with Salah is record breakers. Is breaking records. Again, he's become the first player to get 10 goals, 10 assists in 6 consecutive seasons. He's just reached the most assists and most goals before December. He's just breaking records every single year now. Henry, 2 Premier Leagues, 2 FA Cups, 4 Golden Boots.
No, I think it's more than 2 FA Cups.
I thought it was that, but it's sounds right. 2 FA Cups.
I think it would have been. Oh no, it's okay. So we won in. Oh, you're right, because we won in 2002, and then the next.
I think you left before you won the other one.
Okay, could be. Yeah, you're right. Could be 2 FA Cups. It's hard to say because trophy and accolades is a tough one because Henry also did it on the international stage. So,
yeah, there's a World Cup in there. Yeah, definitely there's a World Cup in there as well. So that's not fair on Salah, though. That's not fair on Salah at all. He's not going to win a World Cup under Egypt. There's not a chance.
It's weird because obviously there's winning things, but Henry also had an impact. Obviously, 98 World Cup, Euros 2000. Also, they got to the 2006 final 2 where they lost on penalties. So it's trophies and honours. And actually, but we're talking about Premier League, so actually ignore me to be honest, because you're right. We're actually talking about Premier League.
Including records as well. Well, he's got most assists in one season still as a record, hasn't he? So tough this season.
I don't know. I don't know how to score that one.
It's a close one, but I think Henry just takes it for now.
Fair enough.
I think by the end of the season, or by the end of if he stays on for next season, I think Salah takes that one.
Yeah.
Because if we get another Premier League this season, he's matched in Premier League, and it looks like he's going to break another goal scoring record this season.
Yeah, I'll say this. You're right. It could be premature. I think the conversation might change come the end of the season, depending on, like I said, how many goals and assists Salah then finishes on. And if
we win the Premier League or not, yeah.
Win another Premier League, because then it changes the conversation, because then it's like, well, they both won 2 Premier Leagues. Salah's been so influential in Liverpool achieving that goal this season, and even Liverpool being flying in the Champions League. So it's yet to also be seen as to the impact he will also have with Liverpool in the Champions League, because if Liverpool go and win, let's say, the Champions League and the league, then that conversation becomes a very, very different conversation. Because right now, a lot of people skew it towards Henry, which I think is correct, only just. But
we have our conclusion.
But then, if Liverpool win another Champions League and they win a league, that conversation and Salah breaks those records, that conversation changes, because then it goes back to the whole Salah and Hazard debates, whereas I think people will choose Henry based upon aesthetics and preference.
Have an overall.
Yeah.
So before we do actually go to what the greatest, when you think of the word greatest, I think it's a mixture between ability and legacy.
Yeah, I agree.
And it has to come together.
Yeah.
And that's why Henry right now is the greatest for me, because his ability is better than Salah's, but his legacy is sort of matching.
Yeah, and it goes back to the point you're saying, is that the ability, but also the longevity, how consistent he's been. 7 seasons that he was at Arsenal.
Yeah.
And I don't think you really had any other player who's kind of had that. I mean, we had talented players, but when you look at when Ronaldo was at United, I think he only did it for a season or 2. So he didn't really have the longevity.
Suarez the same.
Suarez.
I'm thinking abilities. Suarez.
Yeah, Suarez. Suarez the same, the ability, but didn't really have the longevity. Alan Shearer had the longevity, which is why he had the goals, but nowhere near the ability of Thierry Henry.
No.
You need the two to mix. So I don't think you've really had a player who's had the ability and the longevity. Salah, for me, is the closest to that, because we can't say Salah has the ability. He's a top player, but he's also had the impact over the period since he's joined Liverpool. He's had the impact season over season. As I said, even when he doesn't have a great season, he's still scoring about 20 goals. That tells you the man of the player. I think, obviously, for me, like I said, I'm with you. I think it's Thierry Henry. But I don't think it's as clear cut as as some people have been flippant with.
He's closing in. Yeah.
When I saw it, I said, for me, it's clearly Thierry Henry. But it's a conversation to be had, personally.
Hence the stream. Yeah, hence the stream.
Yeah.
I think it's a perfect time for the debate. Because he is getting closer, but he's not quite there yet. But the conversation, but he is in that debate. This is why I made the stream, because I thought there is an actual debate now between him and him.
Yeah.
There's other players that are, in terms of like Rooney, you got your Gerrards, you got Rooney's, you got your Lampards, all these players beneath them. I don't think they're in that conversation with these two now in terms of Premier League greatness.
And here's the thing, Damon. This also bodes well for Salah. We're having this conversation. City have won the league, I don't know, the last 4 times in a row. I think they've won, 7 times in the last 8 seasons or something like that. The fact that we're not even mentioning any City player in this discussion tells you how good Salah's been.
Yep.
In that period, Liverpool probably won 1 league title, come push City close a few times. But yet the person we're pitting against Thierry Henry as to who could be the greatest is Mo Salah, rather than someone from a dominant City side. And that just tells you the man of the player that Salah's been during that period.
They are both similar in terms of that as well, because it was Man United that were dominating most of the time.
Yeah.
So it's like they were in the teams that are just below most of the time. That did get a couple of Premier Leagues in between that, but not the dominant team. That's why it's a team game.
Yeah.
That's absolute proof there. The 2 best Premier League players of all time are not in the ones that were dominating the era at that point.
Exactly.
They're the second best team that were dominating the area. So right now the debate is Henry and Salah, and there's no other. It's going to be hard to join them two now in the future. There's potential players right now that possibly, but they need to do it for a few seasons. They need to do it for at least 6, 7, 8 seasons where Henry and Salah do it.
100%.
But right now it's just those two, and that debate is a real debate, and there's going to be Arsenal fans out there that don't want to hear the debate, but it's a real debate, and the facts are Salah is closing in, is closing in on Henry, but Henry is still the greatest right now.
Yeah.
Right now, still the greatest. But if Salah signs for another 2-3 years, I think if Salah doesn't sign for another 2-3 years, I think Arsenal fans are laughing in terms of this greatness, because it gives them a hope. But if he signs for another 2 years, it gives another 2 years onto what he's doing now. If he carries on the way he's doing it now, then for me, I think he probably takes it. Yeah,
maybe. I agree. Yeah, no. In fairness, I can't disagree with that. If he does, I can't disagree, because then you look at, as you said, the longevity, also the consistency in the longevity. You're just like,
I mean, it's ridiculous doing it for like 7 or 8 seasons, but to do it for 10.
For 10 seasons, it's not that. Yeah, there's no debate there.
It's just ridiculous, isn't it? Thanks for joining me, Basil. I enjoyed that. It's a proper debate between 2 unbiased fans. Yeah. You could easily get a biased Liverpool fan, a biased Arsenal fan on there. You wouldn't have a proper debate. It'd just be a slagging match. It wouldn't be a proper adult conversation about it.
Yeah, if you had a biased Arsenal fan on here, then it would have been.
This would be a different stream completely.
Yeah.
A different stream completely, but
rubbish. No, we would have had from Mohamed Salah.
Not everyone's like us to have it. Not everyone's like us to have. We could have a proper debate about it and a genuine conversation about who is better between the both and who is the greatest. Thank you for watching. If you do like this sort of videos, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, get your notification bells on as well, because we get content every single day. I'm sure Basil will be coming back pretty soon for the Talking Rivals. I haven't done the Talking Rivals in a while, so I'm hoping we can get, because right now there's a 2-horse race in the title. Yeah. Unless we might include Theo, we might invite him along, see if he joins us.
We can sneak in Chelsea.
You might sneak in Chelsea just a little bit. I might try to find a Forest fan somewhere, just for the numbers. Kojo, the Man United fan, said he will referee, so I'll see it from the outside point of view, the long way out. But we'll see. Hopefully Basil does come back. Thank you for watching. Have a great night, and let me know who you think the greatest is as well in the comments. Is it Thierry Henry, or is it our very own Mohamed Salah?